Hello, everyone, and welcome to Virtual Reality in the Classroom. This is going to be a great series where we explore mostly Google products that will help you bring virtual reality aspects into your classroom, into your curriculum at a fairly inexpensive cost. Okay, so we're going to talk today about one of the main aspects to get started with virtual reality is something known as Google Cardboard. Now, here's a website that I have on that Google Doc that I shared with everybody. Where you can kind of go after it. It says vr.google.com /cardboard. Okay, so that's the actual website to go take a look at. This is a great website. It kind of gives you just a background on what Google Cardboard was, and literally when it first started, it literally just was a piece of cardboard. Which is pretty awesome, and you could fold it and had lenses in it, and I'll show you some examples in a little bit, and you can certainly get into more of the higher end viewers that are more plastic and how you can put your phone inside this Google Cardboard device and really make it a virtual reality viewer. So we're going to talk, I'm going to show you a little bit later what that actually looks like, how the actual physical Google Cardboard headset actually looks like. But you can get cardboard here. You can go to Amazon. You can look at a variety. We're talking about some of these. That's a little expensive, $15 for the one from Google. You can get them well under that cost, especially if you buy them in bulk. There's even plans on the internet where you can like download all the cardboard sizes and ratios and make them yourself, which is really kind of neat. Certainly they have the kind of neat, more higher end viewers down here. The plastic ones are great. This is the one that I actually use a lot. This first version of the ViewMaster, which if you remember the old ViewMaster by Mattel with the little discs of slides, they kind of did a little spin-off of that one. This is the more higher end one because it has a focus button, so you don't really have to worry about if you're wearing glasses versus wearing contacts. But overall, they all work great. So there's a lot of things out there. You can look at the apps that are available here. Developers, manufacturers, all really great things. To kind of start us off, though, I really want to show a great video that will get you in the mood. This is from Samsung about the virtual reality experience.
It's lonely out in space. And
The audio gets a little bit off and on here. It's not me. It's the actual version that's on YouTube for some reason. But isn't that a lot of fun? Seeing the birds sort of take flight and be part of that virtual reality experience, even for flightless birds, which I thought was really kind of neat. Okay. All right, so that's kind of something fun to look at. So I want to talk about now are some of the apps you're going to need to put on your devices and especially for your students to put on their devices to use Google Cardboard. All right, I put a link in the Google Doc to the both app links for the Google Play Store and for the iOS App Store in terms of putting these apps on your device. This is the Cardboard app. Okay, so if you click on here, this is the Google Play Store. You can install it to your device. Certainly, you can also go to the iOS store and do the exact same thing. All right, so that's kind of something that you can definitely take a look at. All right, now what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to show you an example of what Cardboard looks like from my phone. All right, so I'm using right now is a software I have installed on my computer called AirServer. And now with AirServer, I can actually project my phone and here it is, onto the screen. Okay, so I can kind of slide through all my certain apps and so forth. And I have a drawer dedicated down here of my different cardboard apps. You can see I have Google Street View, which we're going to talk about, the cardboard app. There's also a cardboard camera. I have a 360 camera, so I have that particular app. We're going to get into Expeditions, and there's even a Netflix VR where you can watch like Netflix videos in kind of a virtual reality sort of setup, which is, again, just another fun tool to actually have some to kind of play around with. So let's actually look at the cardboard app. Here it actually is. And there's some great demos you can kind of play with on your device, all right? And there's a 360 YouTube channel. There's a cardboard camera. These are all the apps that I have. So basically, as you install apps onto your phone, they kind of keep a library of all those different apps in the Google Cardboard app sort of library, which is really kind of neat, all right? One thing you can do is you can switch your viewer, and I already have a ViewMaster viewer, but once you get a viewer, you just click on those buttons, and then you can basically, there's a little QR code, a little symbol code inside the viewer where you scan, and it sort of pairs your phone with that particular viewer, which is kind of a nice thing to actually do. All right, now you can go to Get Apps right down here, and certainly there's the Expeditions app, which we're going to get into later on. And you can browse more apps, and there's some different ones you can take a look at. I'm using, again, an Android device, so you can kind of see the Google Arts and Culture is a kind of a neat one that maybe we could look at a little more carefully later. Expeditions, Space Needle, just a lot of fun things you can kind of look at. A lot of virtual reality games and so forth. There's a great Star Wars one you can take a look at. Which is really a lot of fun. So again, you can get lost in all of this. A lot of great virtual photography and kind of play around with that. So again, some great kind of VR games that are out there that you can play around with, or different apps for different aspects. Okay, so what I want to do is certainly go back to my cardboard area, my library. So I'll do it real quickly. I'll just show you what the demo does. Now it puts your phone in this viewer. So right now my phone is in this sort of way that there's two screens on at the same time. Now I'm going to show you a little bit. When you have it in this particular view, this is where you actually go ahead and you put your phone in one of those viewers. And when you put your phone in the viewer, now you can kind of click around and look and see different aspects. So in my phone right now, if I was looking, I would be just moving my head to just kind of scan through the different possibilities that are out there. It's a tutorial and so forth. And the way you click, which I'll show you in a little bit, there's a little trigger on the viewers. You just click down on the trigger on the upper right or upper left hand corner of the device, and that actually selects the particular things that you want to look at. Okay, so usually there's some kind of Arctic Journey, which is kind of like a little demonstration piece here that I can kind of look at, and I'll just kind of like let it load up. And you can kind of, it's a little, fun, and you can kind of look around, and you could look down, and this is just a fun way just for students to kind of get acclimated to what this all is. I believe there's a little game associated with it and so forth, which is just kind of fun. All right, so you can kind of relax and create and learn and play and fly and do all that stuff. All right, so that's kind of neat. Okay, oh, I went out of there. Let me go back to what I was doing. Sorry about that. All right, so I think if I close that out, I believe it goes back to it. I can go back to the cardboard demos, and I can, do some other things. There's some photospheres. There's an exhibit. I'm not sure what they got going on. It always changes, whatever they have in terms of the exhibit. So this is more of an augmented reality sort of thing. You can take a look at it, which is really kind of neat. All right, a lot of fun. And then you can kind of, do different things with it and move it around. And this is just kind of just fun stuff, just for the kids to kind of get acclimated to this Google Cardboard and what it could actually do. All right. What I usually do is I actually spend maybe just a day. We just have like a Google Cardboard day for the first time, where students can then just get acclimated to it and take a look at it. The 360 YouTube channel is a lot of fun. You can kind of go through there and you can take a look at what's available. And sometimes there's some great content that actually relates to your subject area. So this is like conservation. This is the Congo River. I'm just looking at some of the more updated ones. Obviously some things are more appropriate than others for a classroom. Like there's like some thrill seeking and so forth like that, which is just kind of neat. Trying to find some just that we could look at off the top of our list here to see what's actually out there. What other videos do we have here? This channel has no playlists. I don't think I put together a playlist for this channel yet. Oh, maybe there are some. Experience music, so they have concerts, step into games, which is really kind of neat. Some political aspects and just some VR, some thrill rides, which are really kind of neat. If you want to go on a roller coaster, things like that. Just trying to find one that might be really good for us to take a look at quickly. I'll just go back to that main page. And again, like any content on YouTube, you got to look at it carefully, make sure it's what you want to actually do. This looks like a jungle kind of piece in the Amazon. So what you do is you play it, and then see how I'm clicking right now? I'll click again. There's a little cardboard symbol. All you do is then just click on that cardboard symbol. I'll touch it, and now when we're in this video, which is really kind of cool, if I'm looking around, again, you can't get the sense, but I'm just moving my head around, and it is a completely 360 video of the Amazon, which is really kind of neat. They have ones of flight in different parts of the world, so this is really kind of neat. The music's really nice. It kind of gets you into it. Oops, sorry about that. So here we are, look at in the forest. That's pretty cool, right? So again, a lot of great opportunities here, a lot of great things you can work with your students with this. Again, be careful. Always look at your videos ahead of time carefully, and that's kind of how you would use that Google Cardboard. I don't really use a lot of these. I use more of the other things that we're going to come up later, like Straight View at Expeditions and Tour Creator. But I just wanted to give you a sense of what these sort of look like. Okay, so let's pause that. And we'll get out of there. Okay. Hope you're not getting dizzy now by me always doing this. Okay. So that was the Google Cardboard app. I don't want to get too much into photography of making your own 360 photos. We could do that later. I'll come back to that cardboard camera and some other options for that. Okay. Now, in addition to just showing you some of the different cardboard apps and so forth, I also wanted to show you basically how the device works with the viewer. So right here's the original cardboard viewer. As you can see, it literally is a piece of cardboard that has Velcro on it, and you had to fold it, and you had like the lenses here. And basically it works the exact same way you would do with anything. You just take your phone, and when you get in that view, and what I can do here is let me put back on my phone and bring up the cardboard app and so forth, cardboard demo. So I have my phone in here. You can see it's in like the view that we were talking about, and all you do is line up the line that's on the phone. I don't know if you can see it. You make sure the line's lined up. Now this was kind of hard back then because the viewer, you can see it's got to be kind of like in the center, and then you kind of sort of, I'm actually doing it backwards, believe it or not. Make sure it's facing the lens there. Okay, so I kind of put that in there. All right, and then I go ahead and I put this in my phone, and now I have it, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so that's one way to. Now the other device that I have here is the ViewMaster. So this is obviously a much more durable one. It's plastic. You can see it kind of has, there's that QR code inside if you actually want to like scan it to pair it with your particular device. And the same way it kind of works basically. So if I take out my phone here, I still have it in that view, right? So what I do is I line up this line with the line on the device. Okay, if I can, hope you can see that. And I kind of put it inside there, whoops, and I get it all kind of lined up. And as long as the line is lined up, the line on the screen is lined up with that center line guide on the device, now I can put the in there, and I kind of have my case on, but basically, give me some trouble here. Put that in there, there we go, and now my device is ready to use. Now, as I mentioned, this device has a trigger right here. This is where when you're looking, you click down the trigger. That's kind of like clicking on the mouse to select something. The Google Cardboard, the original literal cardboard, there's the QR code on it, has a little metal washer, and you can just slide that down. It's connected to a magnet. So these are still useful. Sometimes I have students that have these really large phones with huge cases. They can easily put their phone in there like this, but they got to be really careful and keep their hands around it so their phone doesn't slide out as they're looking around in it. This one obviously is a little more secure, and it's actually a little more durable because the cardboard ones do break down. Okay, so I hope this was a really good initial overview of what cardboard is and how you can use it in your classroom. Take care. Bye-bye.